that, Sarah.
I
No
also
problem.
I also say that I came from more of an art background than an engineering or science background, with my experience in filmmaking and photography. So I like to point out that that's another route to get on the Nautilus.
I'm going to make that
point,
same
Stephen.
move.
So we got another move in soon?
You guys, oh wait. You're damned
Yeah,
to be
just
ready.
stand by.
Yeah. We're not in a rush.
The sponge or a coral up there.
Sponge. That thin
Yeah.
one? A sponge.
I think on the next expedition that starts in a week or two, I think there's an artist on that expedition. Abrian is a cartographer who
Oh,
makes beautiful maps. So
awesome.
yeah, check that out.
I think we're pausing here for some navigation discussions.
No, we're pressing on.
All right.
Let's do the thing. Go to
Bridge,
the place.
nav.
I was just picking Rennie's brain there on.
Can we make that same move? 30 meters, bearing 205 at 0.3 knots.
Okay, Dan, since we don't have great nav right now, can you hold your heading?
Roger. We have good nav. It's just I think the distance between Argus and Herc are accurate.
Oh, you think they're both getting offset together?
Yeah,
Okay.
looks like it to me.
Or could you lateral over to the right and by that fractured area?
Yeah.
Well,
Might be some good rocks over there.
Mm-hmm.
maybe they're
Yeah, I think,
bouncing around a bit, but
yeah.
Viewers from around the world are now checking in on the nautiluslive.org website question about, hey, do you need me? I do this job. Do you need me? This is my job. So yes, all of you software and data people, yes. The answer is yes, we need you.
Emil, is this what you were looking for?
Yeah, it wasn't what
Okay,
it appeared.
it wasn't what
but,
it looked like.
But there
Yeah,
are some interesting sponges in the distance there.
Okay, interesting sponges in the distance, Roger.
Maybe they're, it could be bamboo coral. Something tall.
There is an Ocean Exploration Trust job board, I believe.
Absolutely, and there's also a quiz on our website about which role might suit you best. You could check that out as well. We have chefs, we have engineers, we have professional crew who keep the ship running.
I think you want to follow the terrain, right? If I'm understanding right, we want to stay on the ridge top.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So don't worry about the nav. Follow your nose. We'll
Okay,
Kate and I'll deal with it.
We'll follow you.
okay, sounds good. I'll follow my nose.
There's another company that's responsible for the ship crew. Can't think of the name at the moment.
Maritime management.
Maritime Management.
Steve brings up a good point. So there's also roles as you can be a chef on research vessels or work in the engine room or an officer up on the bridge or an able-bodied seaman, AV.
Electrician.
Electrician, ETO.
Many
Wide variety.
many Sparkies have made the jump over to ROV. I know at least half a dozen guys that came up as ships ETO, as we call them, a Sparky.
I know one who came from the deck,
Yeah,
both into ROV.
yeah. Several guys have come from a AB to a ROV.
It's a super steep ridge here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dramatic.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting bored. I'm ready to kick it into
Turtle power.
afterburner.
That did not take long.
Can you kick it into turtle
Yeah.
powder?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so following Herc, we should move bearing 215.
So you'll just want to keep your leash tight, Gabby. I'll keep
Okay.
a lower delta to give you more time to stop and smell the flowers, but
Okay.
you want to stay out ahead.
Roger.
So if we want to move faster, 0.5 knots, it's probably better to make longer moves.
Sure.
Or we can still do.
Yeah, let's put in a long move. We can always
We
Yeah.
can stop
hit
her.
the brakes. Yeah.
Yeah, it will affect our ability to sample somewhat if we get all stretched out.
Yeah, but we're shallow enough. It makes a
I
big
keep
difference. If
forgetting.
you're,
Yeah, it's totally different. We're 1,000 meters shallower.
yeah, so if you're under 2,000 meters and that 1,000 and change, we shouldn't have much of a layback unless there's a huge current to the south or something. But
Bridge, nav.
so we'll start out with
Can we
you
move
like almost tugging Argus there.
100 meters,
But you
bearing
can
225
wander left and right and
at
look for
0.5 knots.
what side do we want to be on the left or the right side of this as we're going up? What they see on the last watch?
Oh, they didn't see much dropping down to the right. We'll just kind of stay
Thank you.
centered.
Okay.
All right, moves in.
Oh, we've got this really neat prow here.
Yeah, chase it up.
Yeah. Or something? What is this? What's happening here?
Like
What
a
is
little
even happening?
It was a
No, look to the right of Herc in Argus. It's like a promontory thing. I don't know.
If it does start getting a bit steep, you'll want to get rid of that Z-bias while
Oh, good idea. Thank
you're
you.
going to need all your jam to
It's more eerie with this reduced
go
visibility.
into sport mode.
Yeah. Sport mode.
oh,
Paddle
Drive it like-
shifting.
Drive it like you stole it, Gabby.
Okay. Deal.
Don't be gentle, it's a rental.
That's
we
funny.
got some happy corals here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look.
That's, sorry, that's a tug.
It's all right.
So also on our website, you can, on the homepage, scroll down and see who's on watch right now. We haven't gone around and done roll call yet, but we could do that as we're going through here. My name's Kim, and I'm in your Science Communication Fellow chair for this watch.
My name's Andrea Balbus. I'm a geologist on this watch.
Hello again, Emil Petroncio, physical oceanographer.
You got time to drop down and get some
Okay.
zooms or do some flybys there? They're
Okay.
pulling on me now.
Sarah Bremer, and I'm sitting in the data logger chair.
In the video chair, this is Steve Matter.
Dan in the Argus seat.
Gabby, Herc.
Kate, nav.
And we are your tectonic turtles.
Okay, zoom video. Just on this little patch here.
What sound does a turtle make?
I feel like they yawn.
Cowabunga dude.
So we got hemicoralia, precious corals here.
Okay.
Oh, wild.
Very brittle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Come on.
I gotta adjust my techniques here. We're in a new mode.
So to put it in perspective, we're doing 1 mile an hour.
Yeah, I know.
So what's the average person's walking speed?
With 3.
Okay, so you're like sauntering.
I'm sauntering. I take a good saunter every morning with my dog.
5.5 turtles.
25.7 centimeters
Okay.
a second.
Yeah,
How many turtles, Dan?
5.5.
That's ripping.
That's 1 mile an hour.
The what?
That's what 1 mile an hour is 5.5 turtles.
Yeah, or half a knot. So we're still slower than.
We have these beautiful fractal patterns in these corals that we all enjoy. At least
yeah.
Gabby and I
walking speed,
really
right?
enjoy.
Yeah, totally. That means I can move kind of, I don't have to be so frantic, basically, is what you're saying.
Take a glimpse to the right. There looked like another colony there that might be different from these precious corals.
What you looking at there, Emil?
Oh, I guess it's
I
off
think
in the
it's
distance.
right above the precious corals is what she's talking about.
Oh, okay. Smaller and closer to the rock.
Okay.
Got some
I'm
bottle
going to
brush
get back
in
on the old track here.
Actually, this big boulder looks
Oh, you-
interesting.
yeah?
I would-
Off to the right. Yeah.
I would pirouette around the boulder. You'll find some interesting stuff to your right and down
Okay.
there.
We're definitely back in the land of current.
Yeah.
Cool Argus view again. Can't get over it. If you're watching on our quad view, channel 1 is the Herc view, channel 2 is the Argus view.
So that reddish is probably Paragorgia. Got Chrysogorgia bottle brush. Corals. More precious coral.
Looks like is that oh yeah, a sponge? It might be a macaroni sponge.
Other macaroni.
Yeah.
Yeah, macaroni sponge. Bunch of good stuff in here.
Those a bunch of cup corals?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see if I can line that up better. Give me like a half zoom maybe? Might be able to work with that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's lots of them.
They're tiny though.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go on.
That bamboo is weird. It's just kind of dangling.
Yeah.
Steve, I fear this may not be one of my good floating zoom watches. I feel like the force comes and goes, whether I can get them or not.
Scientists ashore is seeing lots of cup corals.
I'm optimistic.
Okay.
So we got a question for you, Andrea. These look like very large boulders. How heavy do you think they are?
You can always die or see bias in and out when you stop, right?
I have
Yeah,
no
totally.
idea, but very heavy. Yeah, so these are probably like the size of
number
a
that
bus.
you know,
they
like
look
30
like.
or something will help.
Yeah, I know what it is.
So they might have
You think
come
that's
from
why I'm
above,
struggling there?
like,
That and you're
you know,
tight on the
fallen
tether.
down from
Okay.
somewhere up higher. I don't know what the actual mass of them, the density and the volume is, but
Okay.
quite heavy, quite large.
It was like 30 or 40 centimeter one that we collected that was 53 pounds.
Yeah,
Where,
53 pounds for just, yeah, exactly.
For something about this
I'm
little larger than a
315 right
basketball.
now, so.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep, I know. I'm going to try and get out in front of you again.
All right, got to move on.
Yeah, I can put another move in.
No,
Gabby,
I was actually just asking if Gabby had to
oh, I see.
move along.
Yes.
Okay.
Your Grafana display is frozen.
Okay, great.
I want to refresh it. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
That was an awesome catch. I really appreciate that.
See any rocks
Still
here?
not right.
Still
I can
is.
fiddle
You
with
might-
it.
You might have to
I'm gonna call
close
him
the
in.
web
Oh,
browser there and
yeah,
open it again.
Yeah.
Is yours frozen too? No.
Nope, that's how I figured it out.
A little
Yeah,
bit big.
do we,
That's pretty big.
Where are we right now in our ability to stop and try to take a sample of a rock?
Probably actually a good time because the
Okay.
ship has ended its move.
Okay, so do we see anything angular and chunky? How about this
That
guy?
looks angular.
Is he too far down in the crevasse?
There, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's totally fine.
I think we could try and squeeze down in there. Gabby can
Okay.
set it down there. We can give it a go.
Might be attached. Who knows?
Might be attached, yeah. I thought from a distance these looked not attached, and I
You tilt down a
apologize
little.
if they are.
Yep.
I don't know why you just keep bringing up the wrong one.
Oh, is there is it ROV Pilot Plus? Which
No,
one?
it's ROV Pilot Plus, but it's still frozen.
Yep, that guy is attached. Sorry.
All right, worth a
Come up
look.
to your left a bit.
I dare not say sorry to Kate. That could
That's
go
right.
wildly wrong.
That'll come back at you.
There you go. Boomerang.
I don't know. I think that was the right response.
was the
There's
right
no
one.
need for me to apologize because I was off doing something else.
Yes, exactly.
That was the correct response.
That was
Look
the
up a
correct
bit.
response.
Yeah, the one just above it? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I don't see anything chunky up there.
Oh, me neither. I think those guys are all attached.
Yep.
Yep.
Look at another spot.
Yeah. And then the Argus view, I see something that looks like a white crescent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
What is that?
I'm going to guess a sponge,
Sediment?
but let's go look at it.
Are we good?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
see
Yes.
where it is up and above.
Swing over to the left.
Yeah, that fuzzy thing?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totally.
bent over sponge or something.
Yeah.
So as we're moving that direction, a viewer wants to know why angular rocks are important to you.
So we are going to use some of these rocks to actually date the time of formation of this underwater volcano. In order to do so, we need rocks that still have the crystals that formed upon cooling. And over geologic time, tens of millions of years, the original crystals can sometimes recrystallize, and we call that alteration, and they alter into different crystals. And when that happens, they lose their original chemistry, which means they lose their original potassium and maybe uptake a different concentration of potassium. And they also lose the ingrowth of the isotopes that we measure to define how old
Oh, I'm already
they might
moving
be.
down.
So we're looking for rocks that still have their original crystallinity. And so we're looking for chunkier rocks that may indicate that they were exposed millions of years after the original rocks were exposed to seawater. So they have less of a chance of being altered or recrystallized.
There we go.
That might be one of those Venus anemones, yes?
Yeah, fly trap.
Fly trap?
Kate, can we
Okay.
step the ship 20 meters at 315, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Bridge, nav.
Yeah, the ridge does seem to be sort of offset from the map a little bit.
Can we
Yeah, it
move
is.
25 meters, bearing 225?
315.
315.
Bearing 315, sorry. Thank you.
We have a coral to our right with a crinoid attached. Oh, there's that sponge that we
There
saw
it
in the
is.
distance.
Thank you.
I think all these rocks look attached as well. Sea
Oh, this is
star.
a nice looking one.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Actually looks like a real star.
looks like looks like a Christmas star.
It is.
He's a
What is a real
Season.
star?
he's a season's
a
greetings.
five-sided star that looks
Go
like
for
a
zoom.
star.
Lasers off, please.
Wow,
Oh, he's adorable.
so perfect.
Looks like a perfect little star.
It looks like a Christmas cookie.
Uh-huh.
A Christmas cookie.
Oh, don't make me
does.
hungry.
Nice
A little
Christmas
sugar cookie.
Little
Okay,
sugar cookie.
go white.
Hi, little sugar.
Yeah, that is, Kate, that's really perplexing with the Grafana.
Oh, I think I figured it out.
Oh, do tell.
So it looks like you have a custom time range there. Well, I didn't know
Okay.
this was touchscreen. I'm sorry, but
It's all good.
okay. There you go.
You just did current?
Yeah, I did last 15 minutes because that's what mine's set to.
This little biological community, there's another
But you could
anemone.
update it to last 30 minutes or anything.
I'm not sure it's updating.
This might be a Justin question.
Yeah.
Put it, it should be on last 5 minutes. Use your mouse or you'll pick something funky.
But you're right, it isn't updating.
Yeah, I'll play with it. So,
Okay.
so-
Hold on one second, Dan. Let's see if that worked.
And let's tilt up
Right, thank
on
you.
Argus and Herc when we can. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, nothing.
So a young viewer is interested in knowing, so are these lava rocks more like the light porous lava rocks that they sometimes see, or heavier and denser, more like granite?
So these are the same type of rock you see on the surface that has bubbles or gases in it that make a vesicular basalt. But basalts can range in having those bubbles or holes in them to not having the bubbles or holes in them. So for dating purposes, we like to find a basalt that we call hollow crystalline, meaning that it has the crystalline texture similar to sugar. And so those are the ideal rock. That's another reason why we're looking for an angular rock, that it potentially might have that sugary texture, that hollow crystalline texture that seems to hold on again to its original potassium and the actual argon ingrowth over time. So some of these, though, you will notice that they have those holes and they are vesicular basalts. Those are probably more likely that you see on the surface.
Junk open.
But those can be here as well, and sometimes the holes get filled in by crystals that grow underwater.
Are we ready for another move? I guess it hasn't settled out yet. Okay. 225. Okay.
I don't see any, yeah, bring your head around and look for a uphill sonar target. I don't see anything there. You're still on the wrong side of Argus there. Where's the uphill?
All right, so the next question, also about geology, as this is the tectonic turtle watch. Was this land, or when was the last time that this land was above the surface of the ocean?
So I believe this is a guyot, if I'm remembering the dive plan correctly.
And so DBL, now that we have a hard
a guyot indicates that
Herc won't bounce around so much.
The seamount was once above the water.
Line up on that heading, Gabby, and we'll move the ship on that heading.
And it was likely above the water.
Whatever the bumpy stuff is up there, that's the way you want to go.
While it was still
use
forming.
Use that to call your moves.
And
use the
directly
sonars,
after,
not the nav. So.
Because it goes underwater when it subsides. So when it moves away from a plume or stops
Get out
forming,
in front more. Keep going, keep going.
It can
You're right under Argus.
Subside. So it probably is around 70 to 90 million years ago that this was above the surface.
You're under Argus.
And superimposed on that long time scale change in sea level are the ice ages, the glaciation events that change sea level by 400 feet or so every 100,000 years. And so it's submerged, exposed, and the corals try to keep up with that. But eventually they're too deep to...
Can we move
the shallow corals are too deep to grow.
White things on the right side of the ridge, it looks like.
So those corals need to stay in the photic zone because they're making their food.
Coming up the hill there on your right.
Different from these deep water corals. So at some point,
goodies are going to be.
They get too submerged.
It's a nice big sponge.
Thank you.
Poliopogon?
Oh yeah, Poliopogon. It looks like it could be.
Can we,
Roger.
Are you moving already, Kate?
Yeah, I literally just called it in.
What'd you call in?
220, 100 meters, 0.5 knots.
Can we change his bearing to 270 for a moment?
Yeah. What size move would you like?
Just tell him to change his bearing to 270, then we'll change it back to, I want to step off a little there.
Okay, so he's just the way the DP system wants. I'm going to need to give him a move, like a step. I'll just give him 20 meters and then we can step him back.
The rock potential looks decent.
Yeah, it does. I don't know what's happening in the front row, so I'm pausing before I ask.
Go for it. We only just started a move, so if there's something you want here, this is a great time.
These look angular and unattached.
Nav.
So here looks good. I don't know how big they are. Can we get lasers on?
Yep.
Can we move 20 meters, bearing 270?
Kate, I'm sorry.
No? Stand by.
Nope,
No,
that's
she's good.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, we just don't want the big move. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was just doing the small move.
That looks good.
Did you see that, Dan?
Yep.
Yeah, Kate, sorry, there was a lot going on there.
We're good.
Just keeping you on your toes. You know, you got a little feisty with that sorry comment. So I think they're...
It was very enjoyable, Kate. Very enjoyable.
It was bearing 270 for a move of 20 meters.
Okay, that guy looks like, he looks pretty big, right? He looks like he's, would you say 50 centimeters?
Can you move him up
I
into
think
the
smaller.
lasers? Yeah, I think he's only like 20.
30. Oh, okay. 20, 30, 30?
Okay.
Probably 30.
Well, put him
Oh,
yeah,
that
he's
helps.
small.
20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Can we put him in, what do we have available, Sarah?
Stand by. We have all of our starboard boxes open.
Okay, so let's put him in one of the big boxes and maybe we could double up. Thank you, Dan.
My pleasure.
So those lasers are 10 centimeters apart. Putting the rock right in the path of the lasers allows us to estimate the size of the rocks.
Sorry, any box?
Any box.
big.
Oh,
The
any
front,
big box.
the starboard big box. Yep,
The front one?
yep.
Roger.
Perfect time for DBL.
So either would work, right?
Yeah, either would work, Dan.
Go for
And
low-hanging
it
fruit here.
is.
Look
Good
at this little
job.
thing floating by.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Nav, that was 111.
I wonder if he's another
Thank
sea
you.
dandelion.
Maybe.
111.
He's a little
There he
one.
goes. He's making tracks.
Uh-huh. He's adorable.
Do you love him?
I love him.
You always see something when you zoom in on
Toss it
nothing.
out here.
So possibly a very tiny siphonophore.
So the
Okay, off you go. I'll
so the
close
slopes
box.
of this
Okay.
feature may not have been above the water, but the peak of it, the summit of it, definitely was.
That's correct. When you see that flat
Just
top,
upcut.
and we might get to that top on this dive, it will be what we call a carbonate
Yeah,
platform,
Because
and it will be the basically the bodies of corals that form to keep up with the sea level. Oh, we have an anemone in this bamboo
Nice.
coral.
Oh,
Yeah. Is
Got-
that Venus flytrap anemone?
I don't think so. It does. The Venus flytrap has like a stalk.
It
and
does?
Yeah, and this one is, I think they call that a ring anemone when it wraps around the coral like that.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I've
reset
never
really
seen one
quick.
that big, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen one that big either.
Got time
Reset
for a zoom on that, Herc?
cursor.
Gabby, did you catch that?
I was just trying to filter for a second.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would it be possible to get a zoom on that anemone on the
Oh,
coral?
yeah, absolutely.
Another sea dandelion just floated by.
I think that was a jelly.
Oh.
you land, I'll tilt your camera up.
Okay. I can do that. It's pretty smooth.
Oh, just out of the light, maybe. Oh, no, you might get it.
No, I might have to do it floating.
I can zoom past that. Want to try?
Yeah.
You just tweak your heading a little, it'll stick it in the light
yeah.
there.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
he's
Move it.
nice.
Oh, that's good.
There we
Steve-
go. I got him
Steve's
in the
good.
light. I got him in the light.
Wow, that's
Look
a
over,
big
Dan.
guy.
There you go.
Oh, he's nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's weird. I never thought about steering the light independent of the camera. Cool. Okay.
Thank you.
I wish there was a home button for the camera.
Yeah.
You got it, or you want
Yeah,
me to
I got
tweak
it. Thank you.
Put it on your wish list, Dan. Maybe Santa will bring you that.
The electric band and tilts have a home function, like the bubble camera. Just press a button and there it goes.
Arius, do you feel good about your position, or do you want to be off the wall a little more?
What's that?
Do you feel good about your position, or do you want to be off the wall more?
Yeah, no, I'm happy here.
Awesome. All right, I'll go ahead and make that big move. 215.
Let me
playing
look
with your
at,
camera.
I will sort that out for you in just 1 second.
Perfect.
It looks like 225.
225, here we come. Bridge, nav.
And also, Argus sonar too. There's some big chunks on this heading. So
Man, that cliff in the Argus view just goes straight down.
50 meters, bearing 225.
That is a serious cliff face there.
Well, I guess that's where we want to be then.
Could be worth a look.
you can ask him to just change his bearing, Kate, if you're in a hurry, and he should work out that he's still on the 50-meter move or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you watch him, he'll just punch that same number back in.
How's the current up here, Gabby?
It's about standard for the currenty spots that we've been in.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the tether between Herc and Argus is
pushed off to
pushing it off.
Yeah, it's Dan's favorite.
Delta
it does a lot of tether management for you.
Totally.
Yeah, not much here on the way of biology.
Little anemone.
Little anemone, that's about it.
I learned that trick from K2. He said he can't be bothered with the DP details. He just tells them, he just like, says bridge, maintain heading, change bearing to blah, blah, blah. He doesn't even wait for an acknowledgement when he calls him. He just barks in order.
Okay, I'm going to scramble.
But then again, he had George up there with him.
Oh, so yeah, that's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
George knows the deal.
So for this dive, which we are the second watch, this dive started at 8 a.m. local time. We are diving on Tamana Seamount, which is in Papahanaumokuakea Marine Monument. If you want to look up more about the monument but are not sure how to spell it, you can check it out on our website, nautiluslive.org. It is linked in our status, and there are other articles about this expedition, about the monument, and what our science goals are here. So you can always check that out on our website at nautiluslive.org.
I can also, Gabby, I'm low enough you can usually see Argus in your sonar.
Roger.
So if the nav's too bouncy or not working, you can, when we have a low delta, you can use Herc's sonar to see where you are in relation to Argus.
Okay, sounds good. There's definitely, Argus really hasn't started, or we shouldn't blame Argus. I gotten out in front of you.
Yeah, you're 20 meters away, right?
Yeah, I'm out in front of you.
Takes two
That's
to tango.
Good spot to be.
Yeah, this is the good orientation for climbing, right?
Yeah, it is. It's great.
I'm going to keep that move going.
Yeah, please. It's working good.
Nav.
This is a black.
Is it a black coral? A guyot is the name of a flat top seamount.
Meters, bearing
so
225.
that is the geomorphic feature that we refer to. A flat top seamount is referred to as a guyot. And we use the morphology of different seamounts to tell us about their geologic history. So that's why a flat top tells us that the guyot was once above the surface. And it experienced both coral growth at the surface as well as wave erosion to create that flat top.
Yep.
So they're old and as a result encrusted with this ferromanganese crust. The prime crust zone, Andrew, is that not just thickness, but quality, mineral content of the crust that makes it the prime?
Yeah, so there's, I was just talking to my friend Kira. She is an expert on manganese crust. We had lunch in Long Beach, and she says, well, that's one of the things they're trying to quantify, how the growth rate or the precipitation rate is related to the concentration of rare earth minerals or metals. And so there's still a lot of study on manganese growth and the chemical constituents in manganese covering on these rocks. And so probably all of these rocks that have manganese on them and the manganese nodules that we collected will go to her lab, and she will analyze them for their different chemical constituents.
Go right?
Yeah, possibly even their growth rate.
Okay,
there.
Sounds good.
You have a choice here.
Yes.
Go on the Argus side.
That makes sense.
Current side.
So one way to kind of see the evolution of these features is to check out Google Earth. You can see the Hawaiian Islands, and the next step in their evolution is to become atolls, which you could see several of those west of the Hawaiian Islands if you check out Google Earth. And then they become guyots, and that's kind of where we are exploring today. So it's an evolution over geologic time, tens of millions of years.
Probably some guys hanging out on the rock
what do
over
we have there?
Is that an anemone or a sponge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's either.
Herc, were we able to take a look at that?
We're going to come back around.
Okay.
See all the animals there on the current facing side of that rock?
So right where the lasers are.
Right.
Maybe Relicanthus, but it's not that long. The tentacles aren't that long. It's in a lot of tubes.
Yes, it is.
I want to see all of it.
Is that a cup coral right next to it? Another anemone?
Yeah, if you get
they want to see
down below the rock, the current won't. It's getting you right as it comes over the top of the rock there. So if you drop down, you should be able to come around there. Sorry, turn off the minute. That'll help.
And you're off SPL, Gabby.
Be some cup corals in there.
A viewer asks what SPL stands for, and it's my favorite acronym here on the Nautilus. It stands for Science Party Line, and we try to bring the party to the Science Party Line on our watch. So thank you for asking that.
Dan, that was brilliant. Now I don't have as much current.
Yeah, jams over the ridge.
Yeah.
I
also got tail to the current, and that
profile
helped.
View of that anemone or whatever it is we're trying to identify.
It's big.
Has a large attachment.
Wow.
That guy.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Maybe some more of the stoloniferous coral here, where the lasers just passed.
And more of the macaroni,
There's a little eel.
Macaroni sponge, erectus.
Are you able to lateral over to get a closer look at that anemone?
Which one?
The one that was had the long tentacles.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a little puff thing right there too.
Oh, there's a Walteria, beautiful Walteria sponge.
Yep.
The one that looks like a giant pipe cleaner.
Okay, so yes, I will do that. Dan, we're going to go backtrack just a little bit here.
Roger.
I'll have to miss lateraling up that side again.
Do you want a ship stop?
Yeah, sure.
Bridge, nav. All stop, please.
So you just want to close up on this anemone?
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Emil. It's definitely, I'm sort of at the edge of my abilities here with the current.
At the edge of your rope?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little practice and I'll get it. There it is.
There it is.
Wow.
It's pretty large, I
Yeah.
think.
It is
Yeah.
really large.
Yeah, if you put the lasers up, it's 30 centimeters across, maybe.
Let me see if I can get the lasers on it. Yeah. Wow.
Can we get a zoom?
Yeah, go for zoom.
Some worms on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, some worms it looks like on it.
Looks velvety.
Yeah, it does look
Oh, wow.
velvety.
Okay, go on.
That's a good look. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Very
gonna
cool.
scramble.
Great job, Gabby.
Good
Thanks,
job.
Gabby.
You guys are so encouraging.
The
We
tectonic turtles. We take care of each other.
Yeah, we turtles fly together.
It's right. It's the ride or die crew.
Okay, and end up backing up
It's
here.
a little like this, but not as dark. But
Yeah, the most similar thing
the
I've
many
seen.
tentacles.
Actinosolidae, actinostolidae.
Stolidae.
And when you get a moment, if we could tilt back
Maybe.
down a bit.
Yeah, thank you.
So we got a question coming in on chat. Does Herc
Thanks.
record the sound? This is a common question because I also wonder what does it sound like down there, but Herc does not record sound. It's kind of the thrusters are a little bit loud. They make noise, so we really wouldn't be able to hear anything if we did try to record sound. So no acoustic recorders recording the ambient sounds down there. But just like there are live webcams around the world for viewing wildlife, there are some underwater hydrophones as well that you can look up online for listening. There's I know that
There you are.
the orcas up in the Puget Sound, there are several hydrophones and a hydrophone network that listen
I think
in.
I've got enough so that I can turn around now.
And there's also one that listens to tectonic
Okay,
events,
grab.
underwater volcanoes, and landslides
What's that, Dan?
associated with
Said you're
underwater
getting
volcanoes.
dragged.
I
off the
know,
coast,
I was
the Cascadia
backing
coast
down
in
to
the
get
Pacific
back
Northwest.
to Argus. And now I can drive, I think, so.
So if you're watching on our quad view, or if you're watching on channel 3 on
Okay, Dan, I'm, our delta is 0.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Great,
You needed it.
thank you.
So on channel 3, you can see the 3D map of this dive. The start point is lower down on the ridge, and our end point is near the surface of this flat top guyot. We are proceeding along. We expect this dive to be, I believe, a 12-hour dive, but we may extend to 16.
I'm just moving real fast.
Our goal is to get to the top and see if we see a greater abundance of life up there. So I know that Chris wanted us to motor as much as we could, but we have seen some things along the way. And as soon as we see some life, especially dense pockets of life, we like to drop down and investigate.
There's a big coral
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
coming up
Paragorgia.
on your left.
Yeah. it's a
Oh,
big one.
yeah, totally. I'm almost done recovering from that last, that last zoom.
Well, hello
Oh.
there.
Squat lobsters.
Okay, let's move south 10 meters, please.
Wow, that's an interesting colony.
Sorry,
Yeah,
make
it's
it
separate
135.
individuals.
Multiple squat
135.
lobsters.
I know we're stretched out, but
10 meters.
when you get a chance, it would be nice to take a nice look at that colony.
Oh, yeah, totally. I'll go back for it.
See
right
3
now.
crinoids from here, multiple squat lobsters,
Yeah, lots of associates.
lots of associates.
And
Okay,
they're all
let's
right
get a
there,
zoom.
just in that one little spot, but with separate individuals.
Awesome.
Soft corals.
Soft corals at the base. Squat lobsters with their arms up in the air.
Okay, go wide. I'm going to see if I can do better
All
here.
those
There's
stalks.
a place to land below you, I think. Or you can come down and
Let me see. Oh,
Nudge.
yeah, there's totally a place to land.
nudge into the rock on the left there.
Okay, I'll give that a go. We have some time.
We do. We're getting Argus a little closer.
Yep.
In theory. Maybe not. Pulling on.
Pulling again.
Yeah, I'll bring the head off and spin around.
I don't know if that's a
Go for zoom?
sponge underneath it.
This is
Looks like an anemone.
very different from what we've seen.
Yeah,
It's-
very different. This is gorgeous.
This is beautiful.
It's like a
It reminds me of like, I don't know, is it the, Gabby, are those, you probably know, is it Japanese watercolor of like
I know what you're
nature's-
talking about. It seems like
nature scene of those, right?
This is a, of course it's saying this is a hydrozoan. Solandaria species.
Oh, that is a giant anemone that's closed.
Looks like the fly trap.
This fly trap, it must have something inside it.
Okay, I think it's time to get cracking.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got plenty
Oh,
of
there's
time.
some crinoids too there on the left.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go look at, at least I'm in a spot without any current right now. This
Good.
like specific little spot. Go for zoom video.
The orange crinoid and
Kate,
the
I
yellow
lied.
crinoid.
Another
Yep.
10315.
Our friend.
Or sorry, no, 135 is what we did last time, right?
Little
Yeah, sorry,
couple
135.
I'm just checking to see if we want to sample here.
Okay,
So
Okay,
many
no,
spot
no sample.
We can sample here.
No, no interest.
I think that is the biggest Venus flytrap anemone I've seen under there.
Sorry, what kind of coral is he again?
This is not a coral, it's a hydrozoan.
Hydrozoan. No, the big
The big one, big
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
hydrozoan. What's that?
And underneath it, do you mean that is, it looks like a sea anemone, the one that we refer to as the Venus flytrap? That big kind of horned thing underneath this hydrozoan?
I'm not familiar with a hydrozoan.
Yeah, I'll get you some background on that.
Little light reading.
Looks like a nice fall color there.
But Chris remembers
does.
collecting one of these in 2009.
It looks like there's a white squat lobster deep down there, kind of in the center near the bottom.
Is. Yeah, I see him.
So
And there was
white and orange.
And there was a pink one kind of near the top.
Some scientists, oh, the lasers are on. Yep.
So hydrozoan is an Adarian, but it's in its own class. Let's see here.
I thought I saw multiple connections at the
Yeah.
base.
Yeah, definitely. You're not on SPL, Gabby. So I wonder if they all landed here as polyps like at the same time and just decided to, it was such a favorable spot that they all made it, or if one was the originator and then the other ones came in later.
Yeah, build it and they will come. I don't know. It certainly is a diverse, tiny little spot.
With a lovely bamboo coral in the background.
Right.
You'll have to go dead stick, you'll have to have your auto heading on because the tether will drag your heading around rapidly. So, no. We're getting there.
Maybe another move?
You can also dial your Z bias in a bit. So get your number there and click in auto heading and then let go of it. No. Have you? So if you dial your Z bias in, then you should be able to let go of it. It'll slowly drift away. What I do is, put auto heading on and dial my Z bias, and then I'll come under it. And then if I'm upstream a little, I'll put a little on the bank there, and then let go of it, and it will slowly drift by. Roger. I'm trying to...
We're just messing around with some filming techniques up here in the front row.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Dan, do you want another
beautiful.
I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I think another 10.
Another 10?
Grab to this data.
Yep.
That is
Bridge,
beautiful.
20 from the cliff,
Absolutely
but
gorgeous.
30 from Herc. I don't get it, so.
Maybe what I'm thinking is it looks
Can
like
we
a
move bearing
Japanese maple.
Yes. For 10 meters.
Does it? Do you
Yep.
Yeah, this is a nice drift here.
Can we get lasers off for just a moment?
The Japanese maple of underwater organism.
Yeah, well, it'll settle out, then you can slowly.
And then what would you hit to like do a pan, basically a pan left or right?
No, they would do the same thing you did. So go up current and let go of it, and then slowly do the Ken Burns on the way by.
Ken Burns.
Is that the official name of that maneuver? I'm familiar with the NASCAR maneuver, but I'm not familiar with that.
Ken Burns is Steve can explain it better than I can.
Well, I want to hear.
I know who he is. I just didn't know we had a maneuver named for him.
I love that Ken Burns when they take the stills and make them into a movie.
So getting a question about why we might want the lasers on sometimes and off sometimes, that's a great question.
If you do that, turn off your auto heading.
We want the lasers on so that we can see the size of the things that we're looking at. The lasers are always 10 centimeters apart. They're parallel lasers going off into the distance. So that's very important to understand size. It also helps the pilots kind of get a sense of how far away they are from objects. But every now and again, we want the lasers off for what we call our glamour shots. Steve is capturing on video and also sometimes using still cam. And Sarah over in the data chair is capturing stills. We use those for our publicity shots, as also for photo albums on our website, as well as for scientific studies. So we want those lasers off for these glamour shots, so occasionally you'll hear us ask for that. Thank you for your question.
And Nav, do we have a move in?
Negative. We're still trying to get back in the box here.
Yeah, we're
I think there might be a sponge hanging out beneath this outcrop.
it's gonna, you're gonna have to fly it. I'm spinning back around here to.
Thanks everyone. We were just trying to hone some techniques for filming in the front row. So thanks for letting us get a few passes at that.
I did not mind it at all. Could have sat there all day.
And let's get a tilt down.
Okay.
You're getting some shout outs from the viewers as well.
Okay, so we've got a 0. Okay, so you're still, Dan, you want to fill me in on what you're up to and what you're trying to do with Argus?
Trying to get enough leash to spin Argus back around.
Okay. Do you want me to come back to you a little bit? I can drop down and...
Nope. Okay. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Find critters.
Oh, nice. There it is.
So Ken Burns, famous documentary filmmaker, I think he lives in New Hampshire.
Oh, really?
I believe
you mean Vermont? The state that I've been confusing for New Hampshire for, I don't know how many years.
We are stretched out there, aren't we?
Yeah, it's funny because they like kept moving. We need another 10.
Another 10?
Yeah.
Copy. Bridge now.
Depends on which way Gabby decides to go, but.
You just can't predict her.
Can we move 10 meters, bearing 135?
So did Ken Burns have like a specific style?
So
does he have a specific style?
You know in a documentary when they use a photo, but instead of just being like a still photo on the screen, it kind of moves, there's like
it moves in and out of it?
The camera moves across the photo or like zooms in on the photo. Yeah, that was dubbed the Ken Burns effect. I don't know if he invented it, but he definitely used it a lot.
Okay.
One of my former students, when I was a teacher in Philadelphia, got to be an intern for Ken Burns on yeah.
Stop.
Who was that?
Super cool.
Giving a shout out to Frankie out there. So I don't know if he'd be watching or listening, but shout out to all my former students.
All right, looking good.
So Steve, one of my favorite things about that maneuver there was that I didn't have to fight the current, which drives me crazy and creates all that like bouncing effect all the time.
Yeah, I think movement's okay. It's just like...
Yeah, it's just when you're like...
If it's smooth movement, it's great.
Yeah, totally. Okay, I will do that in the future. Really, I don't have, sometimes I feel like I don't have a choice but to have
the
movement.
Current's strong, yeah.
So you might as well like use it to your advantage.
So let us know when you guys are in a good position. We can gain some ground here.
Yeah.
We want to try to get up the ridge a little bit, get closer to the top because we're hoping to do that with this dive.
Yeah, sounds great.
Put some turtles on.
All right.
Dan, how do you feel about your position there?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Give me one more sec to get out in front here.
So you can see the top of the ridgeline there in Argus. So.
Yeah, and if you, Chris had said if you need to lift it up a little bit to cover more ground, that's okay. We can just drop down when we see higher diversity or higher abundance.
I kind of think that's what we've been doing.
I know.
Like, we just keep seeing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a lettuce sponge over there. Like we saw that hydrozoa and then had some tether stuff to deal with or some operational stuff to deal with.
I like that color of that whole scene back there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, Kate.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I was going to do bearing 225.
Let's see. I think I like 225. Yeah.
Okay. Bridge, nav. Can we move bearing 225 for 100 meters?
Oh, this fin is pretty wild.
Too bad those angular rocks won't break off.
I know. They are so angular.
And so attached.
Yeah.
So attached. Need a rock hammer. Give
Yeah.
Herc a rock hammer.
Well, I was going to ask Dan, have you ever had a chisel in one manipulator and a hammer in the other.
Yeah.